There has been some movement in and out of this facility here today in Broadview as there's growing uncertainty about the future of operations here. We've seen some vehicles and buses coming and leaving from the facility, and that's where tensions started to escalate between protesters here and some of the armed guards. At one point tonight, guards appeared to have fired off what looked like peppered bullets at the protesters in an attempt to push them back from the gate.
Shame! Shame!
Tensions remain high at the ICE processing center in Broadview tonight as families of detainees are receiving word that their loved ones may be moved to another location. One woman who did not want to be identified says she's received a call from the facility about her father, who was detained earlier this week.
They called us at 6 p.m., told us that to bring him something because they were all leaving. And they're either getting sent to Wisconsin or to Michigan or to Texas. They're telling him he had to wait 2 months for a court. 2 months in Texas, and then he'll get deported instead of just self-deporting, because he wants to just self-deport, but they're not letting him.
That comes as speculation is growing about how long operations may continue at this facility after protests escalated here earlier this week. At least one published report suggests DHS is looking to possibly stop using this facility and move to a different location. One source also confirmed that with the ABC 7 I-Team tonight, but the Department of Homeland Security shared a statement disputing that, saying in part, any allegations that ICE Broadview Processing Center is temporarily closing is false. They go on to say Secretary Noem's message to rioters is clear. You will not stop us or slow us down. ICE will continue to enforce the law. Now, one man organizing the protest says they're trying to maintain the peace with a message of solidarity.
Families that are coming in to visit, it is heartbreaking to see them. We've really been trying to stay out of the way so that the families that are coming get a chance to see when their loved ones are taken out.
There are also concerns from families about the conditions their loved ones are enduring at this facility.
He said they were sleeping on the floor. He had handcuffs up for about 12 hours, and he said that there was 150 people in one room at some point.
Now, DHS tells us that federal law enforcement has arrested 16 protesters here this week during some of those escalated tensions that we've seen at the facility. Tonight, it has been a calm crowd as we continue to see some of those vehicles and buses coming and going.
At Ronjo 2544, all they had to do was self-deport. At Herpderpdepidu, she lied. They had a chance to self-deport. He didn't. The liberal only has lies in its bag of useless defenses. At Dam 38558, get them out. Mass deportation now. Thanks Trump, Tom and ICE. At Bullwinkle from Hell. Well, if the rioters weren't running around threatening to decapitate people with battle axes, they wouldn't have to shoot them. See? Two can play at the lying game. At Donnie Ferguson 6098, let's go IC United States. Thank you for cleaning up our country. At Rolito's Way 1969, stop playing with those protesters. Lock them up. At Scowguy 3024, the only people with tension are the fake news people and the paid protesters. At Larnica Sheldon U4G, we have a fascist government. All of you can leave the country. Come on, leave. Our president is Hitler. Get out now. At Tim M5F, it's not easy being criminal. At Rain Richards 7296, I don't understand why they want to stay with Hitler and Nazis in power. At Tony Andrews 1410, love paying for their court costs. At Andrew Tran 05F, it's all about cheap labor, not rocket science by a primitive people. At Andrew Tran 05F, no concept of losing face. At Russell's Honor, revoke their building permits just like Portland. Kick them out. Hey, bounty hunters, remember that you don't have qualified immunity. Even if you had a warrant but detained the wrong person. Well, 3 bounty hunters just got sentenced to 27 years in prison for kidnapping because they took the wrong person, even though they were in the business and had a warrant. Can't do that? Sorry, not in America. History will be just as kind as it was to other despots. At GRTJR 71, lady, it is way past the point of self-deporting LOL. 1. At Ari Deteki, dude at 150 looks like the bike rider from Portlandia. At American Grub, you know what I respect about traditional cops? There's a libel of decorum, professionalism, a command chain. There's nothing professional about this group 029. The ICE agent is waving at the crowd, antagonizing them. You can tell it's a joke to him. At Andrew Tran, 05F, elegy of empire to the savages. At Natalie Garner, ICE need to hide their facility's location from these leftist lunatics. At Kevin 07173, Trump gotta do what he gotta do. At Ariderteki, America First. GTFO. At Leonardo Fiallo's 7551. Resist. At Francine Smith D8B. America has always been a country of immigrants. We have a first lady and second lady who are immigrants. Trump is an immigrant. It's a proper way to do this. The military have citizens who has helped them in war who are in America. At Alobo 4542, look at the guy organizing the protest. He looks like Charles Manson's brother.